guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is spoiler install day. First thing I got to do is take the old spoiler off. I'm already dreading the 3M tape that I know is going to be between the spoiler and the body. That's always a pain to take off. I swapped out a couple of spoilers in the past, and that's what I kind of dread the most, because it's so time consuming to get that stuff off sometimes. Sometimes it comes off easier than other times, sometimes not so much. So I'm hoping for the best, but like I said, I don't think this is a direct plug and play. So yeah, there's gonna definitely, I'm anticipating there's gonna be some drilling or some new holes that I need to drill out. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Really excited to have this put on. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures, you know, but and I've never seen one in person on a 370Z.
What you making? I feel like amazing. I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face.
There's some screws that are under here. Right there. You gotta take those off and you can pop off the panel.
Pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places. I've been shaking hands for since they really made it. This is so crazy. I've been going crazy. Just trying to find a way. I was in the basement. I'm trying to feel the again. I've lost somewhere in my head. I've been out here all on my own, holding tight to the pledge. I'm somewhere near the edge of wishing we never met.
I had to take a little break to finish the F1 race today. My boy won. I'm really excited. So that really made my weekend. I'm just watching F1 today, this morning, so that's why I took a break to do this. But anyways, I'm back now. I got the panel off. There's some screws in here that are holding the spoiler on. And then, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to remove a whole bunch of tape from the double-sided tape that they put on here. Anyways, I'm gonna get started, but I'm really happy about today. Checo won F1 racing. So those bolts that I took off earlier, the ones that were on each side of it, that panel, they're a 10mm bolt. The ones that are in here are a little bit smaller. I'm not sure what they are, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I've been trying to get a grip onto something out of reach. Life is speeding to a beat. It's how I realize that I'm not the man I wanna be. I've been running for myself. We all afraid to die alone. Scared that's all I ever be. I've been scrolling down a feed, afraid we never get to see the type of liberation that we really need to set us all free. I went out of my way. I'm trying to feel the again. I'm lost somewhere. Well, I've been pacing around, going through my garage. So this is a really long screw inside of here, and so unfortunately I don't have the long or the deep socket to get it out. I think it's smaller than 7/16 because I tried the only one that I had that was small enough, and it's still a little bit too big. I don't want to strip it, so I'm just gonna have to go to the hardware store and buy myself a set of long or deep sockets. So not that I'm heartbroken, I love getting me some tools, but anyways, it's gonna have to, I'm gonna have to put this on hold for a second while I make a run. All right guys, so I just got back from the hardware store. I got me some long sockets. I got a couple. I got the SAE and the metric. I've been needing sets of long sockets for a long time anyway. I have some, but of course I didn't have enough, so I wanted to have a better selection in case. I mean, I hate running to the hardware store in the middle of a build to pick up tools or whatever. It just eats up so much of your day. So anyways, I'm back. I'm gonna get those bolts off and start removing the spoiler. I just did that because I just lost the other one inside there, so I just pulled it down a little bit. Anyway, this is a number 10 bolt. So anyway, it looks like 10 is one of the most common sockets. I'm going to use a magnet to try and fish that out. There it is. When you work on cars long enough, you learn to keep one of these type of magnets, because you're bound to lose bolts and stuff like that inside the fender wells, or in this case the hatch. But anyways, that would have been a pain to fish out without this thing, so this, I recommend it. So the next thing is, now that I have those off, I'm gonna get some fishing line or something to break the adhesive that's holding the spoiler onto the deck here, or the rear hatch. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. I thought about maybe giving it a little pull, but I mean, it's not going to come off. I mean, I guess I could yank it, but then I might risk breaking it. So I'm just going to get a little bit of fishing line, and should be able to cut right through that and take it off.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
So the reason I kept breaking the fishing line is because there is a tab right there. I don't know if you can see it. That's what I was trying to fish that line through. I just was assuming that the rest of it was the 3M tape or whatever that adhesive is. But now I guess I'm gonna have to watch out for those tabs. That's not something you can reach from the inside of the lid. It's just, I guess it's somehow mounted up here, to be able to attach the, I guess to give some more support. Attaching support to the spoiler, other than the screws that I took off, or bolts. I'm trying to figure out how to get that fishing line around that tab, and then I can keep on going forward. Once I can get the fishing line through there, I should be able to keep on moving. Okay. Disaster strikes. So in the process of removing this, sorry, the camera actually turned off. I didn't realize the battery had gone dead, but I broke this corner here. It cracked it. I guess this is the point where I broke it. I couldn't get the fishing line through there, so I started pulling up to see if I could see anything in there. I could barely see this one over this little curve here where I was pulling it up, and just where I was trying to peek to see what I was working with, it cracked, and so that's the aftermath right there. Once that happened, I just kind of said, well, if that part's broken, what's the point of salvaging the rest of it? So I just really yanked and popped the rest of it up. But yeah, I just kind of know that going into it. There's other than, so originally I had taken off these two screws here, because you can see them pretty easy from this access point here. But there's actually another one which you can reach through there, which is this one. But it's at a different angle, and so I didn't know that one was in there, but it's kind of tucked back this way. That was also a number 10 screw, or I'm sorry, bolt. So that helped out to kind of like keep looking, because even when I was trying to pull it up on when I was trying to pull the spoiler up on this side, I knew it was like too hard. I was like, there was no way that that's just adhesive. So I found that one. I thought I was pretty good to go, and then sure enough, like I said, I was trying to just peek under there to see what else I was looking at, and or what else I needed to get over with regards to the fishing line, and it was this. By the time I could peek at it, I got a big crack on it. This spoiler is actually kind of cheap. I mean, it's well made. I'm not going to knock it because I broke it, but it's really thin. Where I broke it, it's super thin, and I can kind of see, you know, I didn't feel like I was giving it any more pressure than when I pulled up the initial piece. So you know, I was going to get rid of it anyway, regardless. I was hoping to actually maybe sell it. So everything else I've been able to get, you know, to get off clean, and to where I could resell, release it where it's in resellable condition. But this one's not going to be the case. As I expected, so it looks like I have, these might be the mounting points for the new spoiler, but for sure, like all this is gonna have, all these points are gonna have to get covered up and painted, and then you know, mock it up just so you can see what it looks like. But I mean, regardless, I did scratch it in a couple of places right here, but I mean, that's just clear coat. But I mean, this whole deck lid here is gonna have to get repainted anyway, so I'm not losing any sleep over that. But I'm sure I could have gotten it off cleaner, but that's kind of how the dice rolled for me. Like I said, this part I was, you know, taking my time, but I pulled up a little bit too much, you know, whatever that was, whether it was a 1/16 of an inch or whatever, and I just heard the big crack, you know, and I was like, well, that's done. So if you're trying to keep it, I would definitely make note of these connection points here, in addition to the bolts that hold it on physically, or at least that hold it on. Because if you're trying to take it off and not break it so you can resell it, you're going to want to make sure you really take your time. Definitely the heat was working. Like I said, I got stuck here, then I got stuck here, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. So, but you know, like I said, a disaster. So, so yeah, let's go ahead and, you know, I'm going to stop whining about that and crying about that, and get the new spoiler installed. Look how aggressive that looks. That is awesome. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think. I really like this this wing. It's actually adjustable as far as like the way the pitch is. So I might try different. There's 3 different adjustments. That's the most aggressive. I might play with them, just see how it looks like the best. Yeah, but that looks really cool. It is mocked up. I did promise I'd get it mocked up. Once I realized that I actually am going to have to, it does bolt into one of the original existing holes, but I'm gonna have to modify that hole a little bit to bring this back. As you can see here, there's a gap right there. And in order for that to sit flush, I'm going to have to move that hole or adjust it to where it comes back maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking like 3/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. I'm not sure just yet, but I'm gonna have to pick up a part for, I have a Dremel tool, and this one I'm going to use to make that bigger. I have a manual file that I think I could do it with, but I don't want it to get real jagged and nasty looking, so it's going to, you know, I'm gonna have to do another trip, and then I think once I tap this in, that'll be easy for me to mark off. But also the reason why I'm not permanently, even if they did fit, is I want to find like a gasket material that I can put underneath here, so it's not making direct contact with the body. And I'm, you know, partially I'm trying to avoid using 3M tape, because I don't want to ever have to remove this and then have to deal with this again. You know, I can't stand this stuff. I mean, I know why the manufacturers use it, but you know, for me, I never. A lot of stuff that I reinstall, I tend to never use 3M tape to put things back on. So I'm going to find like a gasket type material that I can cut to the shape of this bottom post, so I can put it between the body and the post. So that's what it's going to take. I need to get some gasket material, some type of rubber. I need to modify this top hole, and then I'm going to have to pilot drill or drill a new hole where there's one out, one down here in the bottom part of the post, because there's a bolt that inserts right here at the bottom. So that's you know, it's going to take a little bit more work, which, I mean, I knew that, but I thought hopefully I could get it at least kind of mocked up so you guys could see what it looks like. So anyways, there it is, guys. even from this direction. I don't know how come it comes across on the video, but it's real aggressive the way it's just kind of sitting like that. It's beautiful. This carbon fiber, I mean, it's really dirty. It still has a ton of fingerprints on it, but it's the carbon fiber is just gorgeous on this thing. All right, guys. Once again, let me know what you think in the comments. Really appreciate you watching. Like I said, I did want to get that mocked up this weekend. So there it is. But it's going to take me some work to get it on there permanently, and at least on there where it'll work until I can get it painted. And the plan for that is I'm going to pretty much wait until all the exterior has been, front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, everything has been added to the car, and then that way I can just do one trip to the paint shop and not multiple times. So it's gonna sit like that for a while with all the holes and all that, but it's just a matter of me getting in the parts that I want as far as the exterior, and then kind of going from there. All right, guys, thanks for joining me again. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.